Home is where your personality rules. The face behind the mask. It's not about dimensions, spaces, but it's all in the character. Home is where you want to be happy, where you can really be yourself, where you can live your individuality. Home is an intimate, exclusive, reserved space, always ready to welcome your guests when you wish. Style, details, excellence, technology. Your peaceful spot where to shine, your place of beauty, your mark in elegance. Our mission is to make our prestige your distinctiveness.
The history of Provasi tells the story of a company that always lived interior design and its most magnificent and sophisticated form, with a great passion. As a university lecturer in history of design, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce to you Mr. Paolo Provasi.
Thank you, Luca, for your contribution to Provasi. For us, quality has always been the foundation of our product's excellence.
The company was founded in 1971 and will celebrate its 50th birthday next year. Since 2001, the location moved to Seregno, here in the heart of Brianza region, where we have a large impressive showroom. Every element is created by endless curiosity and great attention to all the expression of elegance.
My artisans and I are the guardians of a tradition of fine cabinet making, embedded by 200 years of history. Our work is of the highest distinction and originality.
It is peculiarity, the workmanship, that makes every product and every ambience made by Provasi unique. The result of this production is exclusivity. Moreover, the distinctive ability in reinterpreting classic and modern style made Provasi renowned in the world.
Our work is really esteemed. From day one, we have been working for clients in every corner of the world.
Provasi's success relies on the wide range of furnishing for every space, mastering the variety of style in the most prestigious contexts. Among the most famous creations that make the company proud, it is worth mentioning the restoration of some carriages of the most famous train, the luxury train Denis Simplon Orient Express, or some apartments in Vatican, the presidential residence and some apartments in the Kremlin in Moscow, the refurnishing of the White House in Washington, D.C., and last but not least, the main building of a presidential palace in Abu Dhabi, probably one of the most important realizations in the last century. Thanks to Provasi's special project department, all this is done.
At the core of all these eminent projects, there are stories of trust and mutual satisfaction between us and our customers, esteem and recognition that still lasts today.
Today a new Provasi is born, a Provasi project towards the future, a Provasi even more close to its client.
Thank you, Luca. I'm sure that those who love the class, the style, and the uniqueness of Provasi's creation will undoubtedly love it.
Welcome to all to this event, and now we see who is Provasi.
Welcome to the home of Provasi, the home that represents the history of a family led by a passion for exclusivity and elegance of its craftsmanship of cabinet making at its highest level and of absolute prestige. Today, I have the pleasure and the honor to acquaint you with this family that for decades have contributed to create the fame of Italian creativity all around the world. People with extraordinary qualities and outstanding talents. Follow me. This splendid space from the collection named More Provasi is the perfect setting for our meeting with Gabriele Provasi, key role of design and creativity of this company. He will tell us how they can fulfill with such obsessive attention to detail the wishes of customers who expect Provasi to create unique, exclusive and bespoke spaces every time. So Gabriele, thank you for being with us, for dedicating us your time. How would you describe your role within the company, and especially, how do you conceive and design solutions which are masterpieces? Because we have passed the concept of simple furniture. This is art, isn't it?
In these particular times, it's so great to meet and talk together about the great passion for the beauty that drives all of us and what pushes and to find new ideas and new ways to offer the customer to evolution of our creation. Architecture have been natural consequence of so many years of carpentry in our production department, and I'm working way up to the ladders, as my proud to say.
So you started from the bottom.
Let's say that I have spent my time on the tools with the timer in your younger days. I always had this intense passion of my life, probably to the uncommon atmosphere of the family's company that surrendered me since my childhood.
Well, that is what makes the expertise.
Exactly, I haven't learned on my own that the order to create something exclusive, you must firstly understand all the secret of manual work and materials and related process or researches and continuous learning.
Okay, can we say that you are the figure of reference for the customer? You are who leads the client throughout the entire process, from the concept through creation to fulfillment of the project?
Yes, we can. We are not doing everything on my own, of course.
Yeah, well, Provasi is an extended family.
Much more than this. It's a team of formidable professionals and who have worked together for years in the project Synergy. You see, Provasi, as we like to explain to your customers and those who are approaching our exclusive world, doesn't produce simply furniture, but generates this experience, feeling and emotion.
But I imagine that the clientele has changed over the years. I mean, nowadays we are all overwhelmed by images, examples, TV program, internet.
Has stimulated the challenge even more, you know. Up to 10 years ago, on average, a client used it and trust us completely. Today, the some client is the way more demanding. In a global shared world with inspiration coming from everywhere, customers know they want now, giving them the pleasure of home and sometimes individually crafted.
But I, for one, but I imagine all the viewers will be even more curious now. Let me ask you, where are your ideas born? What's your starting point? What is your inspiration? Is there a particular artistic style you like to use as a reference?
Actually, what drives me and my team is a profound love for the classic, in the most elevated meaning of this word, as an inimitable Italian ability to draw for our history, or our interpreted ancient furniture in new shapes, according to the modern way to live. Every time my job, there is a multi-scale design specialized ranges for the furniture. To lighten the decorative object, the inspiration comes from every corner of this passion. We do lots of research in books about the different periods and we compare as many styles as possibility.
Well, know your past to understand your future.
That's the golden rule. You must know history to create something new. If you observe and touch an antique piece, you perceive the passage of the time, that it increased the value of this piece and the value of there will be increased time because the piece of furniture carries in the skill of those who created it.
But isn't this what you are doing here in Provasi, actually?
Yes, we create something unique, shaping feelings and values into the from that we make actual. To do so, we don't work always alone. A key role is played to the cooperation with the architect and designer, designated by the clients, the close collaboration with those entrusted professionals allows us for the fulfill every client's request.
Now, let me be a little bit provocative. As a manufacturer, where everything relies on the ability to create something unique and bespoke, thanks to the traditional skill of craftsmanship, what is your creative approach, your distinctive mark to design and realize masterpieces, which could be a single object or a complete interior design of a building, but with Provasi signature?
At the beginning, there is always an idea that, as we said before, can come from the endless inspiration to be shaped into the something tangible. From the idea to the next step is a sketch, often life-size, that gives immediately the awareness of the volumes. This process allowed us, taking a recent example, to recreate the classic cupboard, really rich in details, with high-value finishing, using 700s jewelry box, an impossible transportation without a life-size sketch that showed the right scale of the components.
So it is all handmade, even the design. You don't use computers?
Oh yes, we do. This was only an example. After verifying the sketch and everything is digitalized, using all the most up-to-date modeling, rendering, 3D software. But for us, the computer is the step after the concept, at the point that the digital capacity of elaborated and store the data is inimitable, but it's not creative asset.
Well, and finally, when everything is designed, you start the manual work.
Yes, the next step is the creating of a prototype and especially the framework, choosing the right materials, either for the technical or the aesthetic reason. Another fundamental step is the pre-assembly of the pieces in our dedicated department. So they arrive on the site with a precise idea about measurements, proportion and balance, Provasi style.
Okay, job done.
No, there's another step, the skin, a very dedicated phase that represents another great challenge and an opportunity to give our clients an extreme level of personalization, which is another request to the market today. This is a Susan competence. Susan is the person and you're going to meet in the next and you will surprise to try you.
Okay, thank you, Gabriele. You have been really special, giving this wonderful insight into the secret jealousy guarded by your family and which have appointed your name as an ambassador of Italian creativity all over the world. It has been a real pleasure and I have to say, eye-opening. Again, thank you.
You are very welcome. Thank you for giving me the chance to talk about incredible love and passion for what we do every day. Creating emotion, creating value.
Dear friends, now we have the pleasure to meet Susan, who, together with Gabriele, handles what makes the style of Provasi so unmistakable. Hi, Susan.
Hi Roberto, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Great to have you here. I just spoke with Gabriele, who told us about his past, his roots in this work since his childhood. But we know that your story is a bit different. Your background has consolidated in the fashion field. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh yes, with great pleasure, thank you. Well, my love for everything about fashion and style has been with me since I was a child. And I think it's really lucky to already know when you are so little what you want to do in your life, because you focus your energy in precise directions and you reach your successful goals. I studied at Fashion Academy. That's a proper life school that gives students a curious and creative way of thinking. It's like an eye in constant search of the beauty that hides in everything, in every nuance of color and style around us. And then, at the end of my study, I opened an atelier with two very close classmates, and together we totally dedicated ourselves in created styles. That was our passion. But then one day, as in many stories, something unexpected happened.
No, wait, because now I'm quite curious. So why don't we grab a seat, because I have a couple of questions. I want to know what happened.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
Okay. So, what happened?
What happened? I met Provasi and I fell in love. It was really love at first sight. You know, when you work in the fashion industry, as I said, seeking beauty, style and exclusivity, this drives you relentlessly to search for inspiration and models. And when I set eyes for the first time on a Provasi catalog, I've been literally captured. A kind of Stendhal syndrome, if you know what I mean. So I decided immediately that I want to be part of it. And I succeed.
Oh, that's really a great story, I have to say, Susan. Well, I see that you're really passionate about what you do in life. But now I would like to be a little bit more specific about what you do here. So tell me, how do you feel being the stylist, so a reference in a company that is already itself a reference of excellence?
Well, being a stylist means to care about everything around style, look. It means playing with fabrics, with colors, and with all the accessories like trimmings. That's in order to create something new. As a stylist, managing the final look of each individual piece means to create the overall image of Provasi. That's why I work in close collaboration with Gabriele to select styles and finishings. You know, our jobs are complementary. And that means, literally, that when he starts a sentence, I'll end it, and the opposite. And one of the secrets to grant the excellence of our works is that we never stop. So, as soon as one project is done, we immediately start thinking about our next challenge. It's a relationship between wood and fabrics which combine to generate something unique every time.
That is exactly what your clients want, indeed. Susan, how much your background in the fashion helped you, and exactly what's the difference between the two sectors?
Well, in both of them there's a lot of intimacy and personalization. And also in both of them there's always the desire to feel comfortable and to stand out, to emphasize our personalities. Maybe the difference is in life. In fine cabinet making, the products have a longer life because they're not so influenced by passing fads, and they don't lose value in time. They actually increase value over time. As in high tailoring, you know, their high quality is granted by the great work behind every piece.
We already discovered that every piece made by Provasi is the fruit of a big research and incredible dedication that make it appreciate in value over time.
Right. You know, there is a recent Russian novel where the author wrote that the protagonist comes home and lays on his Provasi.
Just Provasi.
Exactly. I mean, she should have specified at least Provasi sofa, but she didn't. She just wrote Provasi, marking her idea that it is the top of luxury and comfort.
Yeah, that is literally building a name. But I guess that keeping a brand on top of this consideration at this level of perfection and exclusivity, it is, yes, stimulating, but it has to be really, really demanding, an incessant challenge. What is your secret to be always on top every time that you have to satisfy a very demanding clientele?
We couldn't make it all alone, Roberto. Provasi is firstly an incredible and close-knit team with so many expert professionals, not so easy to hire nowadays. This is the only way to answer today's needs. The relationship between fashion and furniture wasn't so strong years ago, but now they are intertwined, and so we are expected to act accordingly.
Susan, what defines luxury in 2020? Why is exclusivity so relevant? And since you're used to satisfying all these demands, tell me, people who already have everything, what more do they want?
Luxury. Luxury is personalization, is something bespoke and made especially for you, nothing standard. Uniqueness is the real thing today. I mean, you want to possess something that you know has nothing equal nor similar in the world.
That requires an incessant work.
It does. Each client has a personal and confidential relationship with us. It's like a one-to-one dialogue. Provasi is very extraordinary and is one of the few companies in the world to offer this discreet and confidential service. On the other hand, we are able to offer unique materials after years spent in research and development, and with collections of fabrics and trimmings especially made only for us by the most prestigious manufacturers. Things that you'll never find elsewhere, certifying, once again, that singularity of every bespoke product made by Provasi. Another secret of the success of this company is exclusivity. Exclusivity at its highest rank.
I get it. Exclusive the product and confidential the access to the product.
Right, because the mission of the company is looking for perfection. You know, Roberto, we look for the wow factor from our customers, and when it happens, then we know that we've made it once again. We always put our whole self not only into what we do, but also into the service we provide.
Wow, and your passion reflects this dedication, Susan. I see that you are surrounded by textile samples and pattern, and I know, because I made my research, that you have introduced here a tool that is fundamental in fashion. I'm talking about mood boards tailored for each product. Hence my question, how can a client choose from such a broad selection? Also, if we consider that many options are not even visible to the public. I mean, some collections are secret because especially made for Provasi, aren't they?
Thank you, Roberto. Your question is really pertinent and gives me the chance to talk about another cornerstone of this theme that Provasi gained worldwide. That's trust. A good consultation has to be based on trust. You know, every textile palette is a mini collection itself, and also thanks to the mood boards, we can understand the nuances that make the clients more comfortable and where they feel a connection, and so then the customization can take place. And let me say that the most satisfied clients are those who entrusted our experience. That's the formula of the beauty that lasts over time. I'm talking about the endless beauty created by every aspect of workmanship, from the choice of materials, fabric cuts, their combination, the stitching. But the distinctive trait is that, despite the infinite combinations available to the customer, the vision and the soul of Provasi are immediately identifiable.
So, you enter a room, no matter where in the world, and you say, oh, this must be a Provasi.
Exactly. This is the power of our perfect mix and match. It's our signature, and it's the reason why we are so esteemed everywhere.
Thank you, Susan. You have brighten up my day with your enthusiasm. Speaking of enthusiasm, I guess that you too are, as everybody here, can't wait to use your new digital service that you are today proud to make available for your clients. I'm of course speaking of your digital platform.
Oh yes, absolutely. You know, Roberto, in this particular moment where distance is a problem, and particularly for us having clients in every part of the world, the platform will be a very useful tool for the choice and definitions of all the details we were just talking about. But please, I don't want to say anything more because I know that you will speak with Carola and Professor Vivanti, who conceived it. I just can tell you that every one of us is really excited to have such a special tool to take our service to the next level of perfection.
Susan, thank you. I'm sure that speaking with you added another important element to know this astonishing reality that represents the Italian design and manufacturing at its highest level. That is Provasi.
Thank you, Roberto. It's been a great pleasure. I love my job.
Hi Susan, hi Roberto. I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but I need Susan for a client.
Ciao, Carola. We've just finished to talk about our new platform that you know even better. Now I'm gonna get the material you need.
Thanks again, Susan. Carola, I was just about to come to you to talk about the digital platform. Susan just anticipated that it's really an innovation in your field. I have to say that Provasi is a pioneer. The more I know about you, the more I value your work.
Oh, very nice, thanks. Come with me.
Okay.
Well, Provasi cares a lot about offering always the top to their clients, not only in terms of products, but also in terms of service. This new platform is a completely novelty for our sector, and I'm confident that our clients will love it. I was looking for Susan because later we'll have a confidential meeting together with our clients in order to discuss a new mood board.
That's very interesting. By the way, Susan told me that some collections are exclusively made for Provasi and aren't in any catalog.
Very true. There are things that we can show and discuss only in a very private meetings. Before we had to travel the world with heavy suitcases full of fabrics and samples in order to bring to our clients the possible choices for their home. Now traveling in this pandemic situation is becoming a problem, so we think that this platform can grant us the same meticulous job even remotely.
I presume it's really important for you and for your role as an important tool. Do you believe that when these health issues that we have experienced are over, things will return to as normal?
We hope we can start traveling and meeting people in person again very soon, but actually we believe that this tool will help us to reduce our distances. You should speak with Mr. Luca Vivanti because he convinced us in this idea. Luca, can you just ask for a moment, please?
Hi Carola, hi Roberto, how are you?
Professor Vivanti, Carola just said that the idea of the digital platform is all yours. Can you tell me how and why it was born?
For sure. Well, during the Italian lockdown, I was at home like everyone, and I was thinking how the job for a company like Provasi would have changed. Due to my job at the university, I had been working for years with digital communication agency. With one of them, I talk a lot about the possible practice application in the luxury and design sectors. Comparing and combining our ideas, we created this new platform, truly innovative, because it could be customized. This is the difference. Roberto, you know how much customization is a must in Provasi.
That's brilliant, really. How does it work practically? Can you make an example?
Yes, I can. First of all, they can do many of these live streaming events, but not only. They will be able to share with them images of furnishing, accessories, fabrics and trimmings in real time, discussing like around at a real table. But not only, they can also show videos or show in real-time production.
Carola, now I understand how helpful it can be for you as a saleswoman. What does it mean, your job to you, being in this great company?
First, it makes me really proud. The company was founded by my grandfather and I represent the third generation of Provasi. As you said, I work in sales and it means that I need to be fully prepared on everything regarding products, collection and production process. For our kind of customers, it's very important to have a referent figure able to answer to their requests in a fast and efficient way. You know, in my job can happen to see things that you might believe only in movies.
And I believe you can't say much more about this, can you? It's the relevant part of the confidential personal relation with your affluent clients, of which you are the finest executors, isn't that true?
It's absolutely true. Provasi is a real luxury maker and we often deal with people who are used to transform all their wishes into reality. For this reason, it's important for us to establish a special relationship with them so that we can understand perfectly their needs. Usually, when they come and see the solidity of Provasi, the immense work that there is behind each product, we gain their trust.
What are the implications? Professor Vivanti, I presume that this digital platform is a great step in this direction, am I correct?
You are. This digital platform is the right way in this complex time, the right innovation at the right time. This platform offers the correct instruments to connect clients with commercial and project department, as long as necessary and whenever necessary. This is the great innovation, and I'm proud that a famous company like Provasi will be the first to use it.
And I know, Carola, that you have more ideas about this platform, something beyond meeting clients virtually and telling them what you do. I know that it will become a dedicated, entitled channel to talk about Provasi, its way to interpret the history, the style, the vision of excellence and exclusivity.
The answer is yes, of course. Provasi is not only tradition, but innovation too. My personal wish is that this platform will become a special shop window on Provasi's world, to show not only new collection, but everything about our mission and our brand philosophy. For example, we'd like to host webinars in which we can discuss several topics.
I notice a tone of deep satisfaction in marking this. I'd say that you are in your niche market, being able to speak the right language according to your affluent audience is really the key. The team that worked with you in the commercial department is another flagship for Provasi's excellence.
For sure it is. Here nobody is working alone. We are a special team. I would really you to have a chat with our area managers, Susanna, Alessandra and Jean.
Thank you very much to both of you, Carola and Professor Vivanti. I believe that our followers, no matter whether architects, designers or simply passionate, have perfectly understood that in Provasi they will always find someone ready to do their best for them and to fulfill their wishes. They don't expect anything less. I'll let you do your job and good luck for the meeting with your clients. See you later. Now, I'd like to introduce to our spectators the people who, together with Carola, have the big responsibility to create a good feeling between the clients and Provasi's world. Oh, sorry to disturb you. So, Susanna, Alessandra and Jean. Hello!
Hi!
So, you are the chaperones. You are the front line with sellers, architects, designers, or even final customers who entrusted Provasi to create and dress their living spaces with your unequivocal lavishness. Let's start from Susanna, Paolo Provasi's daughter, another example of the third generations that carries on the story of entrepreneurial success of her family. What is your target market and what's your formula to play your key role so well?
Hello Roberto, you are right. We are the guardians of the doors between Provasi and the world. And first of all, I'd like to highlight that we are a team. Specifically, I deal with the Italian and European markets. Each of us three has specific expertise in their reference market. As you said, our clients are firms of design, architects or private direct customers whom we build a good trust with. It's not simple being able to speak many languages, but to be able to relate in the right way with words different from ours for customs and tradition. I must confess that Provasi's name makes it easy. It's a brand established and renowned all over the world. The digital platform we are presenting today is the perfect tool in this regard.
Alessandra, I'm sure you will concur that this digital platform will represent an extra asset very important for your work, won't you?
Absolutely, yes. I work with the Russian market, and for my kind of clientele, confidentiality is a fundamental value. After the first contact, the first approach, they start calling me Sasha. This nickname, this is an affectionate nickname, breaks down the walls that divide us. Those people are usually very wealthy, they are used to the very best, and they are followed by their entrusted designers. They want to know everything about Provasi and they want it to know from me. This is really important, and they expect this straightforwardness because they have a strong aversion to mediators. Russian people can have a very theatrical approach and become unexpectedly affectionate, but they accept no compromise on professionalism. Actually, it is maybe the quality they appreciate and love most.
There's a common saying, the secret of getting what you want is knowing what you want. And I'm sure that people going after Provasi, they're expecting nothing less than perfection. And in this little time, I've already fathomed that you are a team made of incredible people. And you, Jin, you are another phenomenal member. You work with the Asian market, right? What are the features that you are promoting in such growing area?
Well, I must say that the brand is strong all across the world. And of course, for the Far East market, there's no exception. In China especially, it stands out for the classic style. Unfortunately, for the time being, traveling and transfer are still restricted in that part of the world. So we're proud being able to hold such a digital event to communicate with our clients. Well, my clients are mainly professional architects and dealers who are already familiar with Provasi, with its elegance and quality. We will let them know Provasi not only produces high-class furniture and accessories, but more importantly, it creates the lifestyle as well.
Well, your clientele is very particular about attention to detail. How do you satisfy them on every occasion?
Our specific catalogs are really helpful. Our style is famous and recognized, and especially its reinterpretation of the classic. As you know, we don't produce anything in series. Everything is personal, so our personal relationship with the customers goes with it. Everything is bespoke, everything is handmade, since exclusivity is our philosophy.
Oh, yes, it has been really evident throughout all this show. Exclusivity is your mission.
But in order to obtain this exclusivity, the definition of a larger number of details is the factor. We have already worked with some telematic system, but now our software, totally reliable and which guarantees data protection, really answers our needs of constant and discreet contact. It will fortify our confidential relationship with the client. Nothing better in this historic moment.
Alessandra, or Sasha, can I call you Sasha?
Yes, please.
I bet that this kind of fine-tuning of details will be really relevant for your customers too.
Well, every request is actually a mandatory requirement. Every whim is a must. They demand perfection, and with us they may have all the opulence they require. The Russian market is a big niche, if you know what I mean. In this kind of environment, there's no place for mistakes. That's why we are completely committed. We have contacts, we work with customers 24/7. And they require this kind of attention that makes them feel unique as our products are.
Jane, back to you. Speaking of the soul of Provasi, I'm sure that this digital software, this digital platform, will make your clientele understand that Provasi is not only a fine cabinet maker, but can carry an entire project, an entire old interior design.
Certainly. Up to not so long ago, people used to buy the brand sight unseen. But now things have changed even there. The desire of exclusivity has become prominent and non-negotiable.
That's curious, because negotiating is part of Asian and Chinese cultures.
I know, very well, yes indeed. But now they know Provasi and its excellence, and they demand real art masterpieces where the uniqueness cannot be turned down at all. They know that thanks to us, they can stand out. So my work and the digital platform will help to guide them through our universe to make the right choices.
I'm sure that if I don't stop you, we could speak for hours about catalogs, materials, but we, me and you, we already understood what we've got. Today, I spoke with people not only highly trained, not only highly skilled professionals, not only very prepared, but driven by this inner passion to make your dreams come true. And now, thanks to this software, this Provasi's digital platform, no matter where you are, you can be immediately in a devoted contact with these formidable people, unfailingly, confidentially. And I'd like to remind and encourage you to book a personal appointment on the digital platform to be met in person. Exclusivity, this word that we have constantly used today, is in high demand. So in order to give you a high-class service, the waiting list could be long, but I'm sure you know that patience is a virtue and its fruits are sweet. Now, can I have a good Italian coffee, please? Okay? Thank you. I'll see you later. Hi, Louise. Long time no see. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Oh, great as always. What can I do for you?
Listen, I saw from your tweet that you're in Italy at the moment, filming for Provasi.
They're launching a new digital service that allows customers, either professional or private, to carry out an interior design project remotely. And you know, being an architect, that in this particular moment is really a good idea.
Yes, I know. I visit them every year at the exhibition in Milan. For us architects, their stand is a must-see. And for my clients who don't know the word compromise, Provasi's catalogues and the endless ways to personalise are perfect. I'm just concerned that I can't come to Italy, and neither can my clients for reasons we all know.
Louise, your problem is everyone's problem now. Huh? That's why Provasi created this exclusive service online. You can schedule an appointment in the digital platform and you'll have a virtual room for you where you can see collections not disclosed to the public. Huh? All in a confidential conversation. That's the purpose of this reserved software.
And I can talk directly with the person in charge of the project? No middleman?
Yes. Provasi is obsessed with confidentiality, and they first want a direct contact. They'll go throughout the entire process. You can see the steps progressing and choose in due course the details while your idea takes form. It's like visiting the factory in person. And of course, you can decide to include your customers in this conversation. The platform is owned by Provasi, so the protection of data, the personal information is absolutely secured and guaranteed.
That would be awesome. That would really help me. I wouldn't know how to do it otherwise. Do you happen to know when the platform will be operational?
It's being launched today, my friend. If you want, I can forward the link to you, so you can watch the on-demand program online, and at the end you can click the link, so you can even schedule an appointment with a Provasi representative, so you can have a kind of chat and talk to them. What do you think?
That'd be amazing. You are a star, Robbie. Thank you. Thank you so much for the suggestion. And don't forget to send the link over. Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I have to go, so I'll do it as soon as possible. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks. Bye. It is official. The Provasi digital platform is now online. This whole formidable team with their expert knowledge at your disposal. What is more exclusive than having Provasi in your home, one-to-one, personally, confidentially, through your device? This is true luxury. So keep on using the digital platform to book a personal appointment with them. And now, from the whole Provasi family, a warm Italian ciao.